one, roll the footage. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Simon Severino, your host. And today, my guest is the founder of Persaio Inc. and creator of the Simple Marketing Formula, Simple Retention Formula, and the Simple Offer Formula. His call center helps established businesses fix their follow-up problem and scale through referrals and retention without spending a dime on ads. He is an avid skier and hiker, and he loves to spend time with his family and friends. Today, we will dive deep into 3 places you are leaving money on the table and how you can get that, why money is in the follow-up, and simple ways to get referrals. Welcome, everybody, Mostafa Hosseini.
Thank you. Great to be here.
What are you currently creating?
So we are creating and setting up the call center and helping people to create leads, appointments, and referrals through their existing list of customers and helping them extract qualified referrals from their existing or past customers or people that are on their list. That's what we're working on.
Boom. And everybody here in the community knows that cold leads, they cost a ton of time, and the cost of money, the CAC, cost of acquisition, is high. Your current leads already and current customers, etc., have a much lower cost of acquisition. And as you can say, you can save so much money in ads and in activities. So, of course, we want them. How do you do that?
So what we do is, so the biggest problem that we solve is that people have a list of customers and prospects, and they're usually out there spending a ton of time, money, and resources to find new customers while totally ignoring their existing list and existing people. The second problem that we solve is the fact that some of these people, they know they should stay in touch with their list, but they don't have the time, the manpower, or the resources to do it. And the third problem we solve is that most people hate to pick up the phone and have conversations. And that human touch and the friendly touch with their existing list is where it makes the biggest difference. So our team and our agents, they follow our process to have a very friendly, nurturing conversation to activate and reactivate an existing list of people on the list to get appointments, referrals, and sales. That's basically how we do it.
If somebody thinks, oh, I don't have any list, I don't have anybody, probably they are just not seeing it, right? What are all kind of resources that you can use, even if people say, no, I don't think I don't have a list?
So people that usually have an email list inside their email account, like all the prospects they have talked about, all the potential people that I've talked about, they have a list on their social media, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram. There are people that could be potential customers. So those are a couple of good places to start social media on their existing email list.
That's also a list, right? If you have, I don't know, 8,000 people following you on LinkedIn, is that a list? Can you work
100%.
with that?
Absolutely. Absolutely, you could. And you could even do a search for the type of people that you're looking for, say on LinkedIn, and then, reach out to them and offer value and, work on onboarding them as customers.
The follow-up is probably the masterclass and the one thing, right, that we all need to learn at some point if we run businesses, because that's where the magic happens, right? That's where you
Absolutely.
close deals. What's the problem with follow-ups? Why is it so hard for many?
People, like I said, people hate to pick up the phone, and some people think they're bothering their customers, and some people don't want to appear salesy, right? So those are 3 reasons that people don't do proper follow-up. And some other people, they say, oh, if they're really interested, they would reach out to me, right? So that may be the fourth reason that people don't do proper follow up. But as we all know, money is in the follow up. So a stat that I read years ago and still applies, and it's mind boggling. About 50% of salespeople and entrepreneurs never follow up a second time. The accurate number is 48%, which rounds up to 50%, but they never follow up a second time. And we all know that most transactions happen between the fifth and the 12th contact after the initial contact. So about 80% transactions happen between the fifth and the 12th contact. Then we have connection with the customers. So that's where people are leaving a lot of money on the table.
I was one of them. My friend Andy, who runs with me in the morning, he says, "Hey, Simon, I have somebody who wants to work with you." I say, "Sure, hook them up." And then next Monday, we run again, and he says, "Simon, what happened?" I said, "No, he didn't call me." "And you don't follow up?" I said, "No, if he really wants, he will call me," right? Exactly what you said. And he said, "Oh, yeah, you don't want to sell. You want them to jump into through your door, right? They have to be so ready before you talk to them." And it was just a couple of years ago. That was my non-sales workflow. It kind of works, but it's not a scalable thing. It works maybe in your first years, maybe your first, when you're new in an industry. And as soon as it's a lifestyle business or something that you don't want to scale, that might be enough, right? You have your position, you do your thing, and that's it. But you are leaving money on the table. So walk us through what should we do if we are not great at follow up? What's the first step we should do?
So the most powerful follow-up system is your phone, where you have a conversation with the person that you're talking to. So can I share like the three places where people leave money on the table? So
Please.
one place is starting is your website and your opt-in pages, where people visit and they leave and they don't opt in to get something from you. So what we would do in that case is we would put them on a Facebook pixel or the Google version of the remarketing Google list, where we would show them ads on Facebook and Google networks and then bring them back. Right? See, we spent a lot of time, money, and resources to bring those people in. Right? Maybe this message didn't work for them. Maybe they got distracted. Maybe something happened. Right now, we want to bring them back, and the retargeting and the remarketing on Google and Facebook is a lot cheaper and more effective, because now these people, they have clicked on a message to come, say, on your website to claim something and get something, right? And then now they just left. Now we need to give them another message or stay in touch with them until they come back. Another place that people leave money on the table is when people download a lead magnet or where they have a meeting with a prospect, right? They have a meeting, and when they don't convert, people give up, right? We need to stay in touch with them. Maybe they're not ready right now, but they will be ready a month from now, 6 months from now, a year from now. And it doesn't cost a lot of time, money, and resources to actually stay in touch with them, to bring them back and be there when they're ready, right? And
What's
then
the right, what's the first, how do we know, right, that they still want some information versus that they don't? And what's the right way of keeping that conversation going without pushing too far?
100%. So they will tell you if they're not ready right now, and let's have a conversation a month from now, 6 months from now, or whatnot, right? And then the second question is, what should we say when we follow up?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we just have a friendly conversation with them. Hey, how's it going? We had a meeting with you. You sounds like you downloaded something from our website. Did you get it? Was it useful? Is there anything we could do for you to help you out with what you downloaded? And then they will tell us, right? So we keep
Mm.
asking questions and probing to see how we can help. What would be the biggest challenge right now? What are you dealing with right now? Can we help? And then we always ask for a referral. Like, even if the person that I'm talking to is not qualified for our business and we're not ready for them, maybe they know someone that would be a perfect fit for us. You never know who knows who, right? So I've spent, I don't know, a few $100s to bring a lead in, right? I might as well have a conversation and see if this person is the right fit for me and if they know someone else that might be a good fit for me. So that's another place that
You are such a master in referrals. I know this because we are in a referral group together, and you're crushing it, and you're doing this since years, and you have some really cool ideas that I want to extract from you to share with this community. After one word from our
appreciate it.
sponsors. What if your business would run well even when you are on vacation? Discover how 1,600 business owners have regained their freedom using the Strategy Sprints blueprints. How they enjoy living their dream and watching their business scale. Get the exact checklists they use to go from stressed to fulfilled using the Strategy Sprints method. Order your copy of Strategy Sprints 12 Ways to Accelerate Growth for an Agile Business on Amazon today. And if you love it, leave us a review. For more information, head over to strategysprints.com. I'm asking everybody for reviews right now. I might ask you also after the show. But right now
Sure.
it's about referrals, and you said you never know who they all know, right? And who knows anybody. So how can we ask for a referral in a helpful way, in an elegant way, in an impactful way?
So a few places to ask for a referral. The first place is when first they sign up. When they stay signed up for your services, that's a perfect spot to ask for a referral because they just went through your process. They saw what you offered. They obviously accepted and trusted you to give you money and sign up for your services. That's the very first place to ask for a referral. Who else do you know that might be a good service for this? Good fit for this, for our services, right? And then or products. And then if they know someone, great. They will tell you that, I know Joel and John and Stephanie that may be a good fit. Now, some people might tell you that, look, I need to try this first so that I can refer you to someone, and then to which you would say, you know what, that's perfectly fine. Let's work together and see what we could do. Now, even if they don't give you a referral, you just planted the seed to get a referral from that person when they first sign up, so that you know that we get referrals and people refer to us and the rest of it. The second best place is when you actually deliver a result to your customer. Like maybe you drove a bunch of business to their list, maybe you freed up some time, maybe you did some organization with their business, and whatever you did for them. Now they have received the result and they're hot on emotions. They know that this is happening. That's the second best place to ask for a referral, right? And then another place that we ask for a referral is, just through friendly conversations. Do you know someone else? You know, and so what we do is when we call our lists, we call the list every 3 months, 3 or 4 months, depending on who we're working with. And then on every conversation, we ask them and remind them that about referrals. Who else do you know that might be interested in what we do? Because we want to be on top of their mind, and we keep, repeating the question.
Oh, I love this. That's such a ninja process right there. At the beginning, and then you plant the seed for that. It again in the moment when you deliver massive value for them and massive impact on their business. And remember to stay in touch and to ask in your rhythm. Your rhythm is 3 to 4 months, but whatever the rhythm is, ask all the time. Make it a system so that you don't have to think about it. You just do it because it's popping up in your CRM. That's a pro right there. Thank you so much. And you have the chance to pick one person for the strategy award. When everybody's zigging, this person is zagging. But from your perspective, they're doing the right thing. Who do you pick?
From my perspective, they're doing the right thing. Who is doing the right thing? I know a lot of people who are doing the right things right now. So what? Who is this? This person like is this? Can you give me
You
the
pick them.
question one more time?
You pick them. When everybody zigs, this person is zagging, doing things completely
Everybody's
differently.
sick.
But from your perspective, that's the way to go.
I think what stands out for me right now is Alex Hormozy with the $100 million offer book. He is doing really good, and I read his book recently, and it was a killer book. I loved it.
Absolutely. And so there are ways to get referrals, and you are now a pro. But could you maybe unpack the journey? Where did you start with How did you learn this? And because many that are listening right now, they are not there yet to have a perfect referral system. So what can you share with them where they are, and how your process was to get where you are now?
So where I started was when I first started my business. I actually joined a BNI chapter here in Calgary, Alberta. And BNI is Business Networking International, and they have chapters all over the world. That's where I learned about referrals and networking, and that's where I kind of honed my networking skills.
Even
And
Meisner was on the show a couple times. Yeah.
on your show,
Yeah. Yeah.
nice, nice, yeah. What you might call it, yeah. Just that's where I learned it, and I just continued doing it. And I really enjoy doing one-on-one interactions with people, having a conversation that see what we could do together. And when you introduce people to other people and refer them, you provide value to them, and they you stand out, and there's this law of reciprocity where you refer someone to them, and maybe they will refer someone back to you, right? And so that's the energy that you put out, that's what you will receive. So
In this mastermind round where we are together, everybody's introducing everybody all the time. I get emails, Simon, you should meet Peter. He's in Canada, you are there, you should meet. Are you actively introducing people? What's your process there?
100%. So I just have a conversation with people, and I have a lot of conversations with people. Like my schedule is packed with meetings every week, where I'm just having one-on-one conversations with people. And then the process is that so here's maybe a nugget for people that are watching or listening. I have a 30-minute meeting with people usually. Through that meeting, I listen and ask questions for 20 minutes, and then I talk for 7 to 10 minutes, right? And then during those 20 minutes, I discover where they're at, what they're working on, maybe what their challenges are, and who would be a good fit for them to be introduced to get an introduction to, right? And I ask them a question of, who do you want me to introduce you to? Who would be a good referral for you, right? And then sometimes they tell me, and if I know someone, I will make an introduction. And if I don't know someone, then I'll be like, I don't know someone. So,
And
but
how do
by
you
that
remember
process,
that? Do you have in your CRM like tags, or do
yeah,
you
I
run a
actually
spreadsheet?
100%. I have a worksheet where I have all my questions laid out, and then I ask those questions from people, and I'd be happy to share the worksheet if your people would be interested.
And so in that moment, like it's Tuesday, you want to do a couple introductions. You go to that sheet and say, okay, let me see who can I introduce to whom. Because the question is, how do you remember that in that moment?
So we had a conversation last week, right? Was it 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago? We had a chat, and I said, I think a friend of mine would be a good introduction for you, and I make that introduction right away,
Hmm.
right? Or whenever I get to it. But I make a note during that conversation, and then I have that worksheet where I go through and say, who else can I introduce this person to? Then I could go through. I think I have about 250 people on my list of partners and people I've had conversations with.
Cool. What are you excited about looking forward with Persayo Inc?
I look forward to we are working on changing the way lead generation is done, and doing a paradigm shift with people, that's so that they're not spending, or they're not ignoring their list. because people are mostly focused on new lead generation while totally ignoring their existing list. So we're changing that. That's what I'm excited about.
And so you should get the strategy award because you are zigging when everybody's zagging. Everybody thinks about lead gen. How can I get more eyeballs? How can I get more conversations going? And you say, wait a moment, what are you doing with your current conversations?
Yeah, absolutely.
And the genius
100.
part is you have even the variation which says, hey, I can do it for you. My team does it for you.
Absolutely.
How do you connect to their current databases, systems, etc.? Is that easy?
Yeah, it's fairly easy. It's either we have a native integration with our software, or we connect to their system through Zapier, and then that's how we sync contacts. And at the end of the day, if we can't, they can give us an export of their contacts. We will call them back, and then we'll work on booking them on their calendar so they go back to their CRM again.
What inspires you? Where do you take your inspiration in the day-to-day?
I read a lot of books, and I watch YouTube videos. I read books, attend seminars. I really enjoy doing masterminding with people. Like when I put a room together and hang out, and you're like, here's an idea. Let's put our minds together and see what we could do. And yeah, that's me.
Super cool. Where do you hang out on socials? Where can people find you?
I'm on Facebook. I'm on LinkedIn. Those are my most active platforms. Like if you search for my name, you will find me on Facebook and LinkedIn.
Super cool. And so who should work with you in terms of your offer of being the call center for their existing list, and who should not work with you?
So we work with established businesses with a proven high ticket offer who are doing north of $500,000, and their offer is leading to a $5,000 offer or more. They have an existing list with, I would say, 1,000 to 2,000 contacts. So if they have a higher ticket item north of, say, $10,000 or more, we could work with a smaller list. But if their offer is about $2,000 to $5,000 or in that area, and it's not that big, we need a higher list so we could extract more for them. So those are the people that we work with, and we do not work with startups, or if they're doing if they have a small list or their offer is not proven, or if they have a small ticket item, that's not something we work with. It's not worth their while to hire us.
Sounds great. So everybody, if you're leaving money on the table, if you have a list, if you hit those 500,000 per year, then and you have a B2B high ticket offer, then this might be exactly what you need. Thank you, Mostafa, for being here second time on the show. Hope you come back soon. And thank you for being so generously sharing your workflow. And everybody, this was a masterclass in just referral system. If you just play it back and implement all that he said, your business will quadruple over the next couple of years because you're just using your existing relationships better. So thank you, Mostafa. Keep rolling, man.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me. Great to be back. Looking forward to having you on my show, and looking forward to working together.
Keep rolling.
Hey, if you love what you are hearing, you will love our free masterclasses. Go grab them at strategysprints.com.
What if your business would run well even when you are on vacation? Discover how 1,600 business owners have regained their freedom using the Strategy Sprints blueprints. How they enjoy living their dream and watching their business scale. Get the exact checklists they use to go from stressed to fulfilled using the Strategy Sprints method. Order your copy of Strategy Sprints 12 Ways to Accelerate Growth for an Agile Business on Amazon today. And if you love it, leave us a review. For more information, head over to strategysprints.com.